So I'm sure you've all heard about WhatsApp changing its terms and conditions in order to give Facebook, its parent company, more access to your data. But I have an even more important question, which is why? What do they gain from it in the first place? Also, is Signal, the app everybody's raging about as a perfect replacement, that much better? If so, what makes them so special? All the answers are here at Techonomics. Hey, it's Carlos, always trying to provide you with insight on technology and how it's affecting you and the world at large. WhatsApp, Signal, and privacy as a whole is a really complicated issue. So before we dive into the nitty-gritty, let's take a step back and get some context. WhatsApp was started back in 2009 by Brian Acton and Jan Koum. Back then, instant messaging was still a novel idea, but the demand was growing by the day with the advent of smartphones and internet access in your pocket. What more? It was free, which was a totally revolutionary idea at the time. As you can imagine, they ended up taking the world by storm, growing to a whopping 600 million active users in just 5 years, prompting Facebook to acquire them in 2014 for $19 billion. Just for comparison, Facebook only paid $1 billion when they acquired Instagram back in 2012. Why the discrepancy? Well, according to BuzzFeed, Facebook bought an analytics tool that showed them that WhatsApp was going to be a significant competitor in the near future. Now, it's easy to see why. As of 2020, WhatsApp holds a ridiculous 2 billion active users, while Instagram only has 1.16 billion. With that out of the way, let's get to the meat of the story. So what did WhatsApp do and why? Well, WhatsApp announced that they were going to change their terms and conditions in order to give themselves more access to your data, and Facebook more access to WhatsApp data. Now, to be totally fair, WhatsApp did release an infographic to clarify what they consider to be rumors and misinterpretations of the changes that they plan to make. But there's a big problem. They're totally full of it. But don't take my word for it. Their own terms and conditions say the following. WhatsApp currently shares certain categories of information with Facebook companies. The information we share with the other Facebook companies include your account registration information, such as your phone number, transaction data, service-related information, information on how you interact with others, including businesses, when using our services, mobile device information, your IP address, and may include other information identified in the privacy policy section entitled Information We Collect, or obtained upon notice to you or based on your consent. Meaning they are either just now collecting more information about you to give to other companies, or they always have been. Regardless, they are being completely disingenuous on their data collection policies. So now for the more important question. Why? Well, it's actually really simple. To sell your data. Facebook has a long and storied history of changing their policies just to be able to sell more of your data. What more? The more personal, private, secretive, the better. Because that data is less likely to be known, in turn, making it more valuable to Facebook. But come on, I honestly don't think anyone was particularly surprised that WhatsApp, which is owned by Facebook, ended up changing their policies on data collection. They got upset, sure, and rightfully so, but not particularly surprised. Which gets to what is, in my opinion, the most meaningful question in this entire video essay, which is Signal any better? And if so, why? The short answer, yes. The long answer, for now. But let's start with the yes. It's actually really simple. Signal does not store your data. And the only data that they do store They have to for really basic app functionality. Similarly, the only info that they give to third parties is needed for app functionality like multi-factor authentication. What more, and frankly, this just made my day, you can actually read their damn terms and conditions. It's easily accessible online, and it's not guys under a bunch of legal jargon and nonsense. You can actually read it and understand it in anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes, which, in my opinion, makes Signal, without a doubt, a superior, more secure, and more transparent product, period. So as for the long answer, let me explain. I said for now because Signal is owned by Twitter, and Twitter is another giant tech company, and their financial incentive is to store all of your data and sell it off to the highest bidder. So while Signal does care more about privacy right now, I worry how long that's going to last. In conclusion, privacy just isn't as valued as it used to be. Did WhatsApp change its policies just to get more of your data? Yes, they did. But they've been moving in that direction for a while now, so it's not particularly surprising. That said, while I do still have skepticism about what the future might hold, we do still have apps that care about privacy, like Signal. So the onus is on you and on me. If we care about privacy, we have to continue to support these apps. Also, in my opinion, we need to change to a paid business model. That way, these apps can be well-funded and they lose the incentive to sell our data. But hey, that's a topic for another video. Okay guys, thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one talking about how tech affects your everyday lives, and smash that like button, it helps the algorithm. It's Carlos with Techonomics, over and out.